What I talk about in this video and in my channel in general is history. I was a witness to a part of a violent and infamous history of the successor prison to Alcatraz. It's my opinion that the purpose of history is to learn from it, what works and what doesn't work. Today, I want to tell you about 2 legal ways to escape prison. I know of many more examples, but I'll limit myself to these 2. I propose that these 2 examples can show the way for Schaefer Cox to also be released early from prison in a legal and orderly manner by following the examples I have personally witnessed. A very short history of the so-called Communications Management Unit, like the one that's currently at Marion that Schaefer Cox is in. A CMU is a prison within a prison. The inmates contained in a CMU have no contact with any other inmates at USP Marion. Their contact with the outside world is also severely restricted and monitored in real time. All their communications are recorded in some manner to be studied at a later time by intelligence experts. This is the unit that Schaefer Cox finds himself in today. The real value of a CMU is to keep ideas from spreading to other prisoners and the outside world. It is very effective. K Unit was a predecessor to the CMU at USP Marion. It held a prisoner by the name of Garrett Trapnell, who attempted to escape on May 24, 1978 with Martin McNally and James Johnson by landing a helicopter in the yard of the prison. He later attempted again, having the daughter of the person who hijacked the helicopter in the first escape attempt to hijack TWA Flight 541 and hold it hostage to attempt to force the government to let Trapnell go. Didn't work. Mr. Cox is a gun rights advocate in the extreme. If I understand correctly his position, it's that there should be no restrictions on guns in any way. In the past, he was arrested for, machine guns, silencers, hand grenades, and a host of weapons. Currently, his case is on appeal, and he may be released before October 2033. The courts are yet another legal way to escape. At present, Schaefer Cox has a vocal and well-organized group advocating for his release, but in my opinion, they are not nearly as effective as the groups who successfully gained the release of Oscar Lopez and Jonathan Pollard. One of these men received a presidential pardon after their groups gained a wide following, and the other was released on parole without objections from the Justice Department. The road to freedom for these men started at the steps of USP Marion, and I was a witness to their incredible achievement. Oscar Lopez was a communist Puerto Rican independence terrorist sentenced to 55 years in prison and later given another 15 years for a failed escape attempt using guns and bombs and helicopters and stuff. On January 17th, 2017, President Obama commuted his sentence, and as of last report, Mr. Lopez is living in Puerto Rico with his family. I personally did not like Oscar Lopez. He's an arrogant bastard, and he's a hard case, and he did everything that he could to make life harder on all the guards and the other staff at Marion. Jonathan Pollard was a spy for Israel. He served 30 years of a life sentence and was released on parole. Another reason that I think the death penalty needs to be used. Life sentences are not life sentences. Anyway, there was no objection to his parole from the Justice Department, in part due to the political pressure from former U.S. government officials and the government of Israel. Pollard's parents were very nice people. I met and spoke with them a lot. His father and I served at the same military base, many years apart. And his mother was a real lady who one time remembered the key when I couldn't at the control center, and she told them the key number. Well, we had to replace the key that day for security reasons. Pollard talked so bad to his mother that it angered me one day, and I explained to him that if he ever spoke to his mother that way in my presence again, he might fall down the stairs or something. And he didn't act that disrespectful to his mother again. All three of these inmates, Oscar Lopez, Schaefer Cox, Jonathan Pollard, have or had well-organized protest groups and used political pressure to gain their release from prison. The major difference is that Oscar Lopez's group used tactics outlined in Sal Alinsky's book, Rules for Radicals. In that book, actual physical protests are required. Oscar Lopez's group staged protests at the gates of USP Marion. It focused the world's press and attention on him. Leaders of the protest and the press were invited to the very front steps of the prison. I was there that day. But I did not understand why the protest was so effective until I read the book, Rules for Radicals. It's my opinion that Schaefer Cox may gain parole when the time comes, like Pollard did, due to the tactics of his current groups. But if the group adapts the tactics outlined in the book, Rules for Radicals, he may be released early, in my opinion. In America today, protesters marching and chanting are expected. If you can't get a group together in front of a government institution and get news coverage, your cause is lost.